Hello YouTube, welcome to part 3 of creating a basic CMS with PHP and MySQL. In this part we're going to focus on extending the admin area a little bit more by enabling the users to log out and allowing them to list all of the posts and go through and delete them. In the next few parts we're going to add the functionality to add and edit posts. So where we left off last time is we log into our admin area and we see a message that says logged in welcome username. We're going to add, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the login link. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just type in this code right here, just in a link, and then we're going to go to our logout.php page and we're just going to add the basic PHP brackets, and we're going to type inside of it session underscore destroy. I believe I spelled that right. Yes, we did. And then we're going to put header location index.php. And what this does is it just destroys the session we created last time with our logged in person, and then we're going to create a header which is just going to relocate us back to our index page. So if we refresh, you should see a logout link, and if we click it, oh, we got to do session start before we destroy the session. There we go. Refresh. Now if we hit log out, and it logs us out, and we can log back in with as a different user or the same user. So let's just go ahead and log back in from there. So here we are, and we're going to set up the basic functions for listing the posts. So we're going to go ahead and close this, and we're going to add a link, and we're just going to say ahref equals posts.php. We're going to say manage posts. And what we're going to do later on is we're going to add some Ajax, if you will, to basically go through, and we're going to have navigation at the top, and when you click on the different navigation, it'll load it up in not a frame, but just a general box underneath, so that way we can decrease load times and things like that. But for now we're just going to keep it a separate page. So on our manage posts page, we're just going to open up posts.php that we created earlier, and we are going to copy everything, basically this entire page. I'm going to paste it right there, and then we're going to basically, right now we're just going to create a table that's going to hold all of our post values. And we're going to make our t-head. And the t-head is just the area with where all of the default values for the table rows and things, the table columns are held. Like, this is like the titles of the columns. So we're just going to do a trtd. We're going to do a ID. We can do no, let's just do post name. Actually, let's make that title. We're going to keep it in the same tr, actually. Tab that in. And we'll do another one. Let's do post, no, just author. And then we will do, what's that? We'll do action. Okay. Actually, no, we'll just make it a, yeah, it'll be a field that says action. And then we'll end this row. And then we'll start our t-body right here, end our t-body. And then we're going to go up to our table and just change some things. We're going to do cell spacing equals 10. Cell padding equals 10. Actually, we're going to take spacing down to 0. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a function, and we're going to call it get posts, similar to our the function for the home page, but we're going to go through and change it up so it works with this particular admin area. So we're going to open our includes functions.php, and we're just going to modify the get posts function that we wrote before. And we're just going to go ahead and delete everything in here, and we're just going to echo out basic tr and the td. Then we're going to put, for the first thing, we're going to put post and the name. I believe it's post title. Let's go ahead and pull up our database. PHP. There we go. CMS site posts title. Okay. So we're gonna display the title and the author, and then we're gonna go through right here. We're just gonna put title with no quotes around it, so that way we can just view it right here. Actually, no, we're gonna have to end right here. I thought we were doing a query for a second. Append it like that. Do post title. Append it again. /td. And then we're going to start a new TD, and we're going to do the same thing, append, post, author, append again, /td, new TD, and we're going to do a link, href equals delete.php. Oh, we forgot to escape the quotation. Delete.php, and we're going to say id equals, and we're going to append one more time. Actually, no, this is the second to last time. Post id. And so basically what this is, we're going to, further on in the tutorial, we're going to make a page called delete.php. And we're going to pass a variable through in a URL that's going to pass in the ID of a post that we're going to delete, so it knows what post to delete. And so right now we're just telling it the post ID, so we can go ahead and go through and delete it on the fly. And then we'll like that. So delete, end it, and then we're going to do the same thing for an edit link that we're going to use later on in the video series. Edit.php on ID equals post ID, and then we'll escape and close it. Close that, and we're going to say edit. Go ahead and close that link, and everything should be good to go. So there is, don't forget to close the TD. So we have our big ol' list of, basically this is just going to, for every post, it's going to echo a table row, and don't forget to add the ending table row here. So let me explain this piece by piece. We're going to go through, run the query, and then we're going to return all of the posts using MySQL fetch assoc, which returns every single thing it gets, as opposed to array, which would return 1. And we'll create a table row, which is going to be inserted in our table body, and then our first data cell is going to have the post title in it, and then our next data cell will have the post author in it, ending that table cell, and again starting another table cell, and it's going to have our delete.php and our edit.php links in it. And actually, between our edit and delete.php links, we are going to add a line break like that, and then everything will be good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our post.php file and include our functions file. So we're going to go to includes/functions.php. Now that we have that done, we're going to be able to go to our home page and click on our Manage Posts button, and it will link all of our posts right here. And we're going to add this delete functionality here in just a second. And we're going to go in another part of the tutorial, we're going to go through and style this, but you feel free to style this however you want. Right now it's very minimalistic, very ugly, but right now we're just getting the point across. So right now we have our post title, author, action. We see post title 1, author, post title 2, author, edit and delete links that go to their respective pages if you look down in the bottom. Okay, so we're going to go back up to our main directory. We're going to make a new file. We're going to call it delete.php. I think I spelled that right, yes. And we're going to basically go to our functions file, and we're going to copy over that connect file in a minute. We're just going to say function delete post, and we're going to pass in a variable called ID, and we're just going to copy the query from above. Actually, no, it's a very different query. So right here, we're just going to say MySQL query select all. Oh, no, we're not select. We're deleting. We're going to do delete from posts where ID equals that ID. We're going to pass in int. Actually, we're going to close it right here. No, yeah, we can just ID like that, and we'll put ID in quotes like that. Close it, and we'll say or die MySQL error, and down here we'll say return true, and we'll say header location posts.php. Okay, so now up here we're going to set our ID variable equal to an integer, so that way we can avoid any MySQL injection. So basically MySQL injection would be is if somebody went through and somehow modified the URL for and set the ID to say something like where 1 equals 1 or 1, and basically that's going to go through and it's just going to delete everything from the database, and that's bad. We don't want it going through and deleting everything in our database, so we're going to make it so they cannot insert a string by putting in int. We're going to cast it to an int, so it can only be an integer, and if it's not an integer it's going to return an error. And so basically we're going to have an ID, and it's going to give us a location back to our post.php file. Now we're going to go to delete.php file. I'm just going to call PHP. We're going to say delete post, and we're going to say get ID, just like that. And then we will go ahead and test this. So we're going to go in here, we're going to click Manage Posts. If we click Delete on one of them, I knew it. Named it wrong. Function. Oh, we need to include our functions file. So just up here at the top, we're going to say includes, not lit includes, /functions.php. So now it knows where the function is. I gotta remember to do that more often. Refresh. Went through and it should have deleted. If we go back, this post is gone. And I guess the reason it didn't return us is because of this return true right here. So what it's going to do is going to do that. And then hit delete on this one. And it returns us back here. So, and you see right now it just says there's just no results down here. That's not bad, but what we want to do is we want it to list, we want it to tell us that there's no posts there if there's actually no posts in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our functions, and under get posts, we're going to say if MySQL _ num _ rows, and we're going to pass in our query variable. We're going to close that. We're going to say equals 0. We're going to say, we're going to echo out the tr, the td with a close span equal to 3. No posts were found. TD, TR. And we'll put an else statement down here. And basically, if there is posts, we're going to go through and list them all. And save that. We go back here, refresh. We shouldn't get any errors. And this, it says that no posts were found because we went through and deleted them all. So in the next tutorial, we're going to go over adding and editing posts. So I'll see you guys then.